Pete, again, another big day comes up for you on Saturday. King Diamond and Managar, you spoke highly of Managar. Both horses sort of heading in the same direction for Saturday?
Yeah, for sure. Both will head to St George. Initially, Managar was probably going to have the week off and go straight to the Australia Cup, but he's thrived in the stable. So rather than train the hell out of him, I think he can go to the races again, and we learn a little bit more about him. And Luke probably does as a rider also. But he's really pleased us no end, and he's come on very well. Worked good, solid here this morning.
With a horse like him, is there a chance that he could be looking for even further?
Oh, listen, I don't think so. I think with the change in training regime, we sort of tend to keep them shorter and sharper here than he's probably been used to, and I think he's really been responsive to that in a positive way. So, he was sharp enough at the 1400 the other day. He sat up in the box seat. He can probably come out and do the same thing from a nice gate on Saturday, and I think he'll prove hard to beat again.
King Diamond hasn't let you down yet. Where does he head?
He's going super, probably not quite suited at weight for age, but he ran very well here in the same race the other day, so he's probably headed towards something like the Canberra Cup post-Saturday, but I would expect he can be competitive again and then get him back to handicaps where he's going to be well suited.
You've got 3 horses in the Oakley Plate this year, all down in the weights. In particular, you've got Patinack, Coolgrinda and Kurtana. How are you placed there?
Well, I look like riding all 3 of them at the moment because we're struggling with jockeys on the minimum weights, but all mares are in good shape. I'll finalise the lineup a bit later in the week, but Coolgrinda pleased us first up. Happy with where she's at. She probably meets the horse of Jason Warren's that beat her worse at the weights, but she's come on nicely. Kurtana's got an excellent Caulfield record and an excellent fresh record, so I think she's deserved of a place there. Patinack ran very well in this race last year, first up. She just can't run beyond 1100 metres. So this race is traditionally won by horses down toward the bottom of the weights, and these 3 fillies or mares all fit that bill. Whether they're quite good enough, we'll find out Saturday.
You've also got Bella the Court. I thought the run was satisfactory first up. Can it continue to improve?
She'll improve nicely. I think the 1400 will help, and the fitness. So she's in good shape. She's a very lightly raced filly. Probably lacks a bit of experience against some of her opposition, but she's come on nicely, and I think she'll run well. Rock
of Ages also seems to be continuing to improve.
Yeah, progressive mare, won nicely 1800 at Sandown and then followed that up at Mornington on Cup Day with a 2000 metre win and really toughed it out. On pace, strong and kept kicking, back to mares grade. Takes the jump in class, taking on the open mares, but probably back to her own sex. Might level that out a bit, and she's in good form, and when these mares hit form, they traditionally hold it for a while.
And ultimately the one that everyone's always interested about obviously is Black Caviar. Any change of thought, impressions at the moment?
No, not at all. Very pleased with the mare. She's pulled up super from Saturday's run. Initially I thought she'd be a bit flawed by it, but I think that residual fitness helped her come through that. And she's probably pulled up better than most of her competitors, I would feel, as though most of them are first up. So I'm going to have discussions with the owners late this afternoon, early evening, and we'll not only make a decision on Saturday's race, but we'll make a decision on where our program lies beyond that. So hopefully we can clear the air for a few people. But at this point in time, I'm still very open-minded to Saturday. But more importantly, I just want to map out a final sort of program heading towards Ascot, which has always been the owner's wish, and what that takes in, whether that entails Dubai or whether we take the foot off the pedal and prepare her here for Ascot without Dubai, but we'll finalise that in the next 24 hours.
If you flag Dubai, a reconnaissance mission to see what you're going to expect over there?
Yeah, most definitely. If we do decide to go down that path, I'll make endeavours to be in Dubai in the next 8 or 10 days to have a look at the facilities.
You've also been informed barrier blankets, not an issue, and also attendance, not an issue.
No, as long as we supply our own, in Europe anyhow. So you can take your own staff and your own equipment, and with obviously permission of racing authorities there, do your own thing. So it's another recommendation I'll be taking to the owners when we do go to Ascot. That being the case, we'd be looking at probably having our own staff there to manage her at the gates.
Another that's obviously developed some sort of, I suppose, affection with Black Caviar is Glenn Darrington. Is he the person that you probably look to take to be in the barriers with her?
I would think so. He's been with her most of her starts. He's got a great affiliation with both her and Luke, and it's a long way to go to give start. We don't want to be missing the kick on the other side of the world. So listen, she's been to Brisbane, been to Sydney with different barrier staff, but we're going to the other side of the world. Barrier blankets aren't the norm over there. Attendance in the barriers aren't the norm over there. So it's something I'll be discussing closely with the owners and recommending that we probably do our own thing.
Pete, would Luke Nolan ride her overseas, or would he look to put an overseas jockey on her?
No, Luke will definitely ride her wherever she goes.
And just with Curtana, does that give you extra confidence in the race? The weights, given how she measured up against Sepoy, and she meets him better in the weights compared to what she did in the spring?
Well, yeah, and the fact that she's got such a brilliant Caulfield record gives me good heart also.